Hey Clashers, Super Bowlers are going to receive a really big buff in Clash of Clans, which means 300 total hit points increase. On top of that, 15 DPS as well. That is pretty much a new level for Super Bowlers, and we're going to play today with the Super Bowlers strategy. The balance changes are going to most likely happen next week, and then we can all enjoy the Super Bowlers again in Clash of Clans. I think we should do some attacks. Obviously, the attacks itself won't be already with those buffs, but this means I would just play the strategy as you can play it after, and your version will be even stronger then. So let's dive into it. As well, I want to add two things to this as well. First off, there is a lot of different equipments for the Warden which can work. We're going to use for the first two attacks the Life Gem, and then we're going to switch to the Rage Gem, and I will see what adjustments you have to make to the army to make it work. As well, some of you might think now, iTzu, why don't you use, for example, the Fireball, right? Like the Fireball could be pretty nice. I will explain that because I think the Fireball is getting used mostly for two reasons. First one, if you have time issues, typically with Super Bowlers, time is not really your biggest issue because they are typically kind of a quick troop to work with. So that shouldn't be really a big issue for you and your attacks. And then another reason is funneling, right? Like with throwers, for example, you want to funnel them and make sure that they're going to the right direction. And, well, bowlers have a different range compared to throwers, so they don't really need this really deep funnel. Like, there's no really point in doing so. As well now, let's get back to this. I'm funneling one corner. As well, you should use one rage to support the Warden and make sure that you're not running into time issues. And that's exactly what we're doing right now. Getting this in. Let's use the poison for the furnace. At least that's what I saw there, which popped up. I don't like to get the multi-gear tower as well. That would be amazing, I believe. Let's see if we can get that in. Maybe with one invis. Yep, there we go. Getting that out of the way then. And looking good right now. Let's try to distract this a little bit if there's any furnaces left. But I think we're good to go. Let's lure the Warden back. Let's funnel down here with the Archer Queen. Wall break in here in just a second as well. Headhunter for the defending Warden. For the defending King, I'm sorry. This looks good so far. Let's add the Royal Champion here for the outside funneling. Let's get everything going. Warden ability right now. We can use another wall break to get even deeper. Use the Titan as well. I think things are looking pretty solid as we're moving on. We can use... Do I use the King ability now? I will use the King ability now to just open the core. I think that's a solid approach, so we can jump on the back end. That's totally fine. As well, I like to bring one of those ice block spells just to make sure that we have some tanking in front for the King, for example. So that's always a nice option. Let's make sure that the Royal Champion's staying alive because she still has that rocket spear. Let's activate it now. And this should be, I think, a really nice overkill, right? Like, we have a lot of... Do we have bowlers alive? We have 2 bowlers alive there. One died. We have the Royal Champion alive. But there's quite some troops alive, which is amazing. We still have freeze. Now on the back end, things are going down a little bit, unfortunately. But I think we should be still good to go, right? Or am I missing something? Again, remember, all of those attacks are done before the balance change. So obviously, all of those attacks will be even stronger after the changes, so that's for sure something to consider. There is another bowler, that's nice. So we can use the freeze right here to protect the Royal Gem. And with that, we're getting a nice 3-star in. Obviously, I will try to create an even bigger overkill with our next attack, but I think you can see where the story, like where the attack is going. Funnel with your Warden, dive in, regular smash attack, and then have some fun. Let's do it again. Okay, let's create a really big overkill. So for that, where do we enter and how do we make this work? I feel like we could do a Warden walk right in front of the town hall, but the defending King, that's something which looks quite annoying, but I still like the approach overall, to be honest. We can get the jump then in there. I think the bowler bounces should be amazing, so let's do exactly that. So, Warden first, get the healers in, let them work a little bit, obviously, and then follow up with the rages. We're obviously going to use a rage, even though the power, I think, is not really needed. I just want to make sure that we're not running into time issues. This is why you should always use one rage, at least for your Warden walk. That's kind of the concept here. As well, with an attack after this, we're going to switch to the Rage Gem, which is going to use then the Apprentice Warden But I feel like just the life gem of this Eternal Tome, or like of the Eternal Tome combination and the Warden combination is just more consistent. Because I've always get the Apprentice Warden goes down, and then you have way less hit points on your on your super bonus there. So yeah, that's something to consider. Let's use the Rage now. We could have used it a little bit more aggressive, but I think it's fine like this. Just to create the cut, create the funnel. Maybe we can even take down the defending king. That would be amazing. And then we have the queen funneling this bottom compartment, I think. And troops getting in here. So let's just do like that. Getting the wall break in. Perfect. Is the king coming to me? Yes, the king is joining me. So we can use the headhunter right here. So we can take it out nice and early. Nothing is really shooting at us. And as soon as that's done, we're going to get into the fun, into the action with the rest. So let's get this right here with the Archer Queen. Looking good. Now this. The bow is in there as well. Nice. Another Ice Golem. King. Titan. And as well the Siege. Never forget the Siege. I've done that already a couple of times. And trust me, it's annoying. So don't do it. Let's use the jump now right here. So we're getting towards the town hall as well. But that looks so solid. We can use now the first range, I believe. Nice, looking good. Warden ability right now. Can use the poison for the super dragon. I will add the royal gem for the outside. Should we use the king ability? I will use the king ability just to open up the entire core. And we can as well use the freeze. Where is he? The top side, so he's tanking everything but not taking too much damage. Let's distract things a little bit on this side. We can raise things up again, so everything is going even smoother. The queen ability, let's use that quickly, so we are having some more clones and power. We can still use that royal gem ability to have an even stronger push. I think we should do that right now as we speak. And the king is still taking the back end. Perfect. So we have still some spells left. I have still the Bay Dragon for cleanup purposes and everything, so that should be good to go. Let's freeze this quickly, by the way. Come on, Warden, stay alive. That would be great. Royal Champion. Keep going. Let's skip that building. We're going to take it out with the Aura. Babe Dragon for the back end. Let's do some wall breaks, because why not? I'm not always sure if I want to use the goblin thingies, because it feels like a lot of cheating, because, well, they are gone at some point, right? But, again, it's going to be a triple. Remember, though, those attacks are close on time, but with having 15 DPS more and the super bonus being more tanky, those attacks then are going to look even like faster than obviously. But if you're now afraid on saying iTzu, I think with the life gem, this is a little bit too close on time. I would like to have a quicker attack. Don't worry, let's switch to the rage gem. As always, both versions are going to be linked down below in the description. You just have to do a couple of tweaks here and there, and the attack otherwise is exactly the same. Let's do it. With this, you can obviously do way more investment into the Warden Walk, which means you can have a little bit longer Warden Walk. But let's get this right here. I would again like to enter into the flank, because I just hate to go in between fire spitters. Like going in from the left side or from the top right side would be a nightmare to come through. So I would just do the Warden Walk. Let me think about it. I think it's better to do the Warden Walk on this far right side than the bottom side, because you always have to do the Warden Walk on the side where you feel like, okay, the Archer Queen is going to have a less bigger issue of actually funneling that side. And I think down here, the Archer Queen is not going to struggle as much, because take a look at this. Monolith, multi-informing tower, defending heroes, everything. That is going to be a nightmare for the Archer Queen to get through. So yeah, that's why I'm going to use the Warden Walk over here instead. And that's always something you have to consider playing the strategy. Back to the action. We have 30 seconds gone so far. The Warden is doing a nice job. I would like to get the multi-arch tower. That would be amazing. For that, we're going to invest in rage in just a second. Let's get... Do we have an archer? There we have it. I still have to find my troops. Like with the scroll bar change and everything, it's still sometimes really chaotic and really confusing. But hey, now the rage. Hope the Warden is going to go eventually towards this bottom side right here. Come on. Okay, nice. We just need the multi-arch, the multi-arch tower. After that, we can lure my Warden back. Okay, it's down. Perfect. Now one more archer, and there we go. Let's wall break in here. Baby Dragon for funneling. Archer Queen over here. Apprentice Warden, that's obviously now the difference. We're going to use another Ice Golem. As well the jump, like this. And as well the skeleton spell like this. Looking good still, I would say. That's nice. Using the ice block now into the core so we can use the rage and everything is pushing in. And then we're going to use the warden as we're a little bit deeper. This is then the perfect timing right now. I think that's good timing. Archqueen ability. King ability in just a second, I believe. So we're pretty much going to open the entire base and pretty much do damage everywhere. Do we have Headhunter? We have Headhunter for the Minion Prince. Let's do another Rage and Invis at the same time, so we're protecting our Warden. That would be nice. One-shotting as well the Monolith behind the Town Hall. Let's use that Royal Champ ability. Use her Invis so she's staying safe. We still have those healers on the Super Bowlers. Let's use one Loon over here. We have still the Freeze, which we can use if we have to, but I don't even think we have to. It's going to be another Rage Tower. I mean, this looks really, really nice, right? And the big problem here, though, is with the Rage Gem, it's really tricky to keep that alive, which is obviously not easy. But if you can keep the Warden alive with the Rage Gem, it is going to be worth it for sure. But it's not easy to keep that alive. I mean, that's no question. But this is Super Bowlers. They're going to be really strong, in my opinion, after the changes. And I'm looking forward to play them. Hopefully next week with the changes then hitting the live servers. Give it a try if you want to then. And as always, the links for those are down below in the description of the video. Over the next couple of days, I will still share more videos of strategies which are going to be recommended after those balance changes. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys back tomorrow with the next one. Until then, see ya and bye-bye.